MindLight, where we illuminate the path of wisdom through the timeless words of history's greatest leaders, thinkers, and writers. Life is a vast ocean, and the wisdom of the past serves as our compass, guiding us through storms and silence. Today, we open the book of history to explore profound aphorisms that cover action, perseverance, compassion, positivity, and the truth. We begin with the spark of action, understanding that every great journey starts with a single, sometimes terrifying, moment of decision. Amelia Earhart, a pioneer of the skies, understood that the barrier to achievement is often not ability, but our own hesitation. She famously said that the most difficult thing is the decision to act, and the rest is merely tenacity and persistence. The fears are paper tigers that vanish once we commit, yet we often let these imaginary walls stop us from starting. You can chart a course, plan a route, and dream of the destination, but nothing changes until you take that first step. Action is the bridge between the inner world of dreams and the outer world of reality, a bridge we must build. Once the decision is made, the universe often aligns to help us, but it requires that initial burst of courageous energy. Tenacity keeps us moving when the excitement fades, turning the initial decision into a sustained habit of progress and personal growth. Remember that the fear of the unknown is natural, but it should never be the captain of your ship or soul. Like Earhart, we must trust that once we clear the clouds of hesitation, the view from the other side is magnificent. However, the path of action is rarely a straight line. It is paved with stumbling blocks, mistakes, and moments of defeat. Samuel Beckett, a master of absurdism, gave us one of the most powerful mantras for resilience in the face of failure. He simply stated, "Try again, fail better." It is a call to embrace our imperfections as part of learning. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a vital ingredient, a stepping stone that refines our character and skills. To fail better means to learn from the fall, to rise with more knowledge, and to approach the challenge with wisdom. Perseverance is the quiet voice at the end of the day that whispers, "I will try again tomorrow, despite the pain." Every great invention and masterpiece in history is the result of hundreds of failures that were simply viewed as necessary experiments. Resilience is not about being unbreakable. It is about being flexible enough to survive the storm and return to your center. When we stop fearing failure, we unlock a tremendous amount of creative energy that was previously held back by our anxiety. So let us carry Beckett's words in our hearts, knowing that each stumble brings us closer to standing tall and strong. Beyond personal achievement lies a greater purpose, our connection to others through the profound power of compassion and selfless service. Mother Teresa, a symbol of selfless love, taught us a simple yet transformative lesson. Spread love everywhere you go. Love is not just a feeling. It is an active verb displayed in small gestures of kindness towards strangers and friends. When we spread love, we do not deplete our own supply. Instead, we multiply it, creating ripples that touch countless lives. Martin Luther King Jr. posed the most persistent and urgent question of life. What are you doing for others right now? Service is the rent we pay for our room here on earth, and it is the true measure of our success. Doing for others doesn't always mean grand gestures. It often means listening, understanding, and being present for someone in need. The quality of our lives is determined not by what we accumulate, but by what we give away freely and generously. Compassion breaks down the walls that divide us, reminding us that we are all part of the same fragile human family. By living for others, we leave a legacy that outlasts our physical existence, growing like a mighty tree that provides shade. Let the questions of King and the love of Teresa guide your daily actions, transforming the mundane into something truly sacred. As we navigate life, our attitude determines our altitude. We must learn to orient ourselves toward the light, like nature does. Walt Whitman advised us to keep our faces always toward the sunshine, so that the shadows will fall behind us. Optimism is a choice to focus on possibilities rather than limitations, allowing the light of hope to guide our forward steps. It does not mean ignoring the darkness, but choosing not to let it consume your vision or dictate your emotional state. William Arthur Ward offered a practical perspective. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change, but the realist adjusts the sails. This is the essence of adaptability, taking action to work with the forces at hand. We cannot control the winds of fate, the economy, or the actions of others, but we can control our response. Adjusting the sails requires skill, patience, and the wisdom to accept what is while working towards what can be. By combining Whitman's focus on the light with Ward's adaptability, we become unstoppable forces in our own unique life journeys. Finally, we arrive at the foundation of all character and leadership, the unwavering commitment to wisdom, truth, and personal integrity. Thomas Jefferson, a founding father, declared that honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom. Honesty is not just about telling the truth to others. It begins with being brutally honest with ourselves about who we are. Without honesty, the structure of our lives is built on sand, liable to collapse when the tides of reality rise. Wisdom cannot exist where there is deception, for wisdom seeks to understand reality, while lies seek to obscure and hide it. When we embrace honesty, we simplify our lives, removing the complex web of deceit that drains our mental and emotional energy. Integrity builds trust, and trust is the currency of all meaningful relationships, whether in business, friendship, or within our families. Let Jefferson's words remind us that to be wise, we must first be true, for truth is the bedrock of understanding. From action to perseverance, from compassion to positivity, and finally to wisdom. These lessons form a complete guide for living. We have traveled through the minds of giants, gathering fragments of light to illuminate our own personal paths through the world. Knowledge is passive, but wisdom is active. It requires us to take these words and apply them to our daily struggles. Be the pilot who decides to act. Be the artist who fails better. Be the servant who loves without condition. Be the optimist who faces the sun. Be the realist who adjusts the sails. Be the honest soul seeking true wisdom. These are not just quotes for a video. They are tools for survival and blueprints for a life well lived. As you move forward, carry these lights with you and let them dispel the shadows of doubt and fear you encounter. Take a moment to reflect on which of these lessons resonates most with your current chapter in this journey of life. Perhaps you need the courage to start, or maybe the strength to endure a recent failure with grace and dignity. Maybe you are called to serve others more deeply, or to simply adjust your sails to the changing winds of fate. Whatever your challenge, know that you are not alone. The wisdom of the ages walks beside you, offering quiet support. We encourage you to choose one quote from today and make it your mantra for the week, testing its power. Share this wisdom with a friend or loved one who might be struggling, and be the light in their darkness. Growth is a communal act. We grow best when we grow together, sharing our insights, our failures, and our victories. Thank you for spending this time with us, immersing yourself in the profound thoughts that have shaped our human history. If you found value in this collection, please consider subscribing to join our community of seekers, thinkers, and dreamers. Your support helps us continue to curate and create content that inspires the mind and uplifts the human spirit. We believe that a single idea, planted in the right mind at the right time, can change the world forever. Let us continue to learn, to love, and to lead with the wisdom we have gathered here together today. May your actions be bold, your resilience strong, your heart open, and your mind always seeking the honest truth. Keep writing your own story, chapter by chapter, ensuring that it is a story you will be proud to read. The past is a library of lessons, but the future is a canvas waiting for your unique and colorful brushstrokes. Until next time, keep your inner light burning bright and never stop seeking the wisdom that lies all around you. This has been a production of MindLight. Thank you for watching, and may your path always be illuminated by truth.